Welcome back, everyone, to ICant-HeCan. This is episode 11, and I am super excited to jump into this episode where my best friend Brandy and I have a conversation about life, marriage, and being pursued and pursuing Jesus. This is a very lengthy episode, I guess, and I truly hope that you guys get something from it and that you enjoy it. Have a blessed day. Be safe. So without further ado, here's episode 11.
I literally stand here and I worship.
That's kind of like how I was when I was cleaning today.
And the other day I was on my knees and like crying. And then I look at my wall and I look at all the scriptures. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
And then you say I cry a lot. Oh my God, you're really crying. Aw.
I know, and I'm actually crying.
Thank God this is audio only, right?
Aw. It's probably,
Yeah, it's also a little bit of the alcohol. So
I just feel like for so long, God has put these messages in my heart, in my life, and I just never focused on them. Like I never trusted them. He's always told me, I'm gonna fight your battles. Like, why are you worrying? Pray about it. Trust me. And they've always been there, but I never bothered to really look into them. And sometimes it's right there in front of our face. He's right there.
and for so long too.
For so long. But we don't focus.
Because we want our way a lot of the time.
And I remember Mike and I putting that collage together. And actually like hanging it up at our old house and our new house. And the scriptures were always there. But it wasn't until I was by myself that I really realized, like, I looked at them and I read into them, and God was telling me, why are you worrying? I've always been here, but you just haven't trusted me. You haven't. Oh my God, why am I crying so much? I'm sad-eye.
Yeah, you're sad-eye today. You're sad-eye today.
I don't know. I've done this like a lot by myself, but
I feel like that's when we're the most vulnerable. Me all the time, hello. Like in the shower, in the car. And I have no tints. You told me my next car, I need to get tints.
I remember the first time you went to church. We should totally be recording it.
I am.
Oh, you are?
You think I haven't been recording?
No.
Since the beginning.
I
first
remember
time I went to
the first time you went to church and how like you didn't know how to act.
Yeah.
You were listening to the music. You didn't know whether to put your hands up or down, or I could see your body language.
Yeah, totally awkward.
And then I remember you just starting to cry in one of the songs, and you were just like crying.
I couldn't
so much.
anymore.
I know.
My heart was just like, can you just give up already?
Yeah.
Just like let it out.
I know, and I remember rubbing your back and hugging you and putting my arm around you, because I had been there so many times in church wanting to put my hands up and just surrender to God, but I didn't know how. I felt like kind of embarrassed too, but then I saw you and I saw you, the tears, and I was like, oh, God's working on her, you know? You're gonna cry?
Yeah, bro. It's about time I join you.
I'm like,
I'm late to the party.
I know. I was like, you know, and I was, in a way, I was like so happy to see it, because I felt like you were having trouble surrendering to him. I felt like you were having trouble opening up your heart to him, and he was just wanting to get to you so bad. And at that very moment at church, I realized like he was in. That's it.
Yeah.
You were there.
It was the shame. And you know, we're not going to talk about that today.
No.
You know.
We got to keep this PG.
Yes, please.
And that
But it really was the shame of all of that. Even just thinking about it now, it's if I ever tell anyone else the details that I've told you, because you're literally the only person that knows all of those things, but if I ever tell anyone the details of all of those things, how could anyone look at me the same? Like a regular human they're no better than me. They're gonna look at me like I'm horrible. So I was thinking, like, how could God want me like that? Yeah. How could God want a person who has done all of those things? And I don't know, but he does. Like, look at us now.
Because he does. He gives us so much grace, and he loves us so much. And if you felt like that, you know all of my deepest, darkest secrets. And I've been a Christian for a really long time. But God, he's seen me, like, walk away from him. After I completely surrendered to him and, like, asked him to forgive me, and then I make these mistakes over and over again, and he still forgives me and he still loves me, even when I don't deserve it. And that's after I have
messed up again.
After I have experienced what he's done for me and how he's never turned his back on me, and then all of a sudden I turn my back on him. I don't know. He just continues to give us grace. And
man, like that song, it's by Hillsong. As You Find Me.
Oh, As You Find Me. Oh, should we play it?
Yeah, put it.
Yeah. Alexa, play Hillsong As You Find Me. By the way, I've seen him in concert.
Yeah, you have?
Yeah, Maria and I went together. Mm-hmm. I love Hillsong.
I heard this one. This song, I came across it when I first started going to church. And the blessing years ago when one of my old coworkers showed it to me, that was the first song that I now know that the Holy Spirit was like, hello,
calling you.
Sarai, what are you doing? But this was the song that really made me realize it doesn't matter where you are, what you've done. I'm here. I'm here and I'm ready for you.
Oh, you're gonna cry.
You started it.
I know, I'm sorry.
You started it.
And I look like I scared you because you're not used to seeing me cry like that. But you've heard me cry so many times.
I'm just so awkward when people are crying.
You are. You're like looking at me like all weird.
Yeah, because I don't know how to be. You see, that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not like your usual people person. You say I'm a people person. I'm like, I'm not a people person.
You are so a people person.
I'm not a people person. Oh, look, this part. That part just wrecks me. What they say.
Alexa, louder.
Let's see if it comes out on the mics
later.
Alexa,
louder. Gosh, she's so deaf.
Let's see if it comes out later. I don't deserve this kind of love. Somehow. A grace I can never add up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. This part. Oh, yes. You love me as you find me.
Yes. Yes, I've heard this song so many times. That part, yes.
That part, like when I really listened to it when I was driving, I remember I had just gotten off on Weston Road. I stopped at a light and I just felt it. I'm like, I am so messed up. Internally, so messed up. And he's just calling me. He just wants me to be better. And I was just like, oh. Anyway, I still messed up after that part again.
Yeah.
A few weeks later.
He knows.
It was such a struggle. Then I repented again. I messed up once or twice again, not as bad. But now, especially after I had told Ernesto, hey, that's it. I don't want our marriage anymore. I feel like in that moment, it's how could my heart change so fast? Like, change, Brandy. The next day you called me, you texted me, and I'm just like, no, we're fine. How could your heart go from 1 second being cold, looking a person in the eye, saying, I don't want anything anymore, to then, I don't know what I was doing. I have no other words, but God was like, Sarah, you can't do that. You can't do that now. And I don't know if it was like a sermon or something. And like it really dawned on me. Marriage is not supposed to be how I want to be loved. Marriage is, we're just supposed to make it work together. It's not a lot about me.
It's not.
And I feel like I have made sacrifices for his way of being. And sometimes we have to, you know, come to an agreement. But at the same time, it's like, that's not what marriage is about.
No.
And I feel like he finally implanted that in my heart. But anyway, this is not what we had planned to talk about.
Not. Are you, and you're recording?
Yeah.
I mean, we can still talk about the pursuit, I think.
I mean, wow. I love this.
Yeah, me too.
I love this.
Honestly, like,
Alexa, lower.
yeah, it's a little loud. But I love the way that God has worked in our lives. Like how he brought us together. Want me to cry?
These are supposed to be the fun episodes, Brandy.
No. Because it's true. It's true what Ilani said. It's true in the women's group. The last women's group that we were in. Maybe your marriage fell apart, but look at what you got out of it. You got a best friend. I don't think we would have ever connected the way we did if it wasn't for what I was going through at that moment.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for this disease that I've said so many times, I hate multiple sclerosis. I said it to him when I just looked in his eyes and I said, I don't want our marriage to end. And I said, I hate this disease. I hate what it did to our family. But it did, something good did come out of it. Another soul saved.
He's finding his way too.
Yeah.
In some aspects. You're definitely finding your way.
Yeah.
Little by little.
I don't feel like I'm saying, God, why me anymore? I feel like I was saying that a lot for a long time. You know, with the struggles with my relationship with my mom and my husband. I felt like, why me? I feel like God is using me. Something greater. So,
I mean, you already changed me, so.
I know. We look so ugly. We look so ugly right now. We look so ugly now with our cool Moms Club shirts. We haven't even talked about that.
Oh my God.
We're here.
I wish you had cameras in here. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, me too.
I really should have recorded this one video. Oh my gosh.
For so long, like I looked at myself. I was always like, why me, God? Like, I didn't even say, why me, God? I just like, why my life? Like, why my family? Why my marriage? You know?
Just like when Ella was going through her stuff, like, why Ella? And I know that there's so many other things that can happen. Like you were telling me about your barber and everything that he's going through. And then you really analyze, okay, my situation feels horrible.
Yeah.
But it puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
Could be worse. And look at Ella now.
Oh my God.
Her hair is growing back.
She's so cute though. She's so tiny.
She is so tiny.
She's so little.
She's gonna be so petite.
I know.
I wish I was that petite when I was little. I don't know.
Well, you're short.
Dios me hizo gordita y salsosa.
Sounds like something like you'd find at Sedanos.
Oh my God.
That's so funny.
Salsosa for sure.
Oh my God. I look forward to this.
And you thought it was probably a dumb idea when I was like, we need to have a podcast.
Oh, I did. Totally. I really did. I was like, oh my God, Sarah, you're being so extreme. Like a podcast, really? But I think you do a great job. I don't feel like I'm capable of doing some of the things sometimes. I thought like I wouldn't be good at doing a podcast. I don't know. I just overthink things.
And now that we're on that topic, Alexa.
Alexa?
Or lower?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
What was that?
Random song.
Alexa, lower. Alexa, lower.
Alexa quiere estar de fiesta.
I'm gonna spank you. Alexa, te voy a dar un tremendo cocotazo.
Imagine if she says, I don't know what that is.
Alexa, lower. that I tell her.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Sorry.
Okay, Alexa, stop. Okay, we'll leave it. But what was the last word that you had said?
I overthink it. Like, I overthink things. Am I going to be, my knees. That hurt.
That's 40.
Oh my God. No. That really
kidding.
hurt. No, it really
No, because
did.
your leg was bent the whole time. Anyway, what you were saying reminded me of like a conversation that I had with Damara and Tori and Nori. What's the little name of our group that
It's called the Spanglish something.
the Spanglish Tribe for Jesus. I love it.
When I heard it, I was laughing. I was in bed and I was laughing.
And it's funny because like our whole conversation was like English, Spanish, whatever. And then Dagmara was actually saying, maybe yesterday or today, she was like, oh, I don't know if I would have never done this. And then Nori, Tori's mom, was like, you know what? I just want to say thank you because you guys are just jumping on this, just doing it. No ifs, ands, or buts. You just run and do things. And I feel like that's something that I've always had, like impulsiva.
Yes.
Like
You're
very bad.
Impulsive. Yeah.
Very bad sometimes. But like when it comes for stuff like this, I've never been afraid to do things.
Yeah.
Whatever, if people laugh, okay. Or if people think, you're crazy, like I have never been afraid to do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I'm doing this.
Yeah, me too.
No. Now.
No, it's true. It's true because it is your impulsiveness. Because when you think of something, you're there.
I have to do it.
It's funny because Mike was like that too. Oh, I know. Oh, I don't like to say it because we were talking about this on the last podcast, but then the technical difficulties.
We should.
But the Leo
Perfect
stuff.
segue.
Leo. I have to pee though.
Okay. I don't want to. Actually, you know what? I am going to pause.
Okay.
We're going to take a small Riesling and Prosecco break and pee break, guys.
Yeah.
So we're back from our break. Cups are refilled
and we finally dried our eyes.
Brandy dried her eyes.
I feel like I've been punched in both eyes from crying.
Yeah, you cried a lot today, bro.
We're a cool moms club.
Yeah.
Crying moms.
I want to see the ring video. When I came over today, it just so happened that she's wearing the shirt that I got her that says Cool Moms Club, and I was wearing the exact same shirt. We're like, what? We are matching?
Love it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that is so awesome.
Parece modo taponcito.
I know. I love it. I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, please send it to me. Yeah. We're so connected. This is us on a regular day. But before the break, what we were talking about was how I was impulsive, and we got into the conversation of the zodiacs.
Oh, yeah.
And in our very first episode together, that was the conversation that the mic just shut off, and it didn't get any of it. Hold on. Check your mic.
Yeah.
Let me see your mic. Here, just guys, we're just making sure. Okay, it's blue. Is mine blue?
Yeah, yours is blue.
Okay. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
So going back to the zodiacs, we were talking about how it's fun in today's culture. We like to compare our personalities and our characteristics with the zodiac signs, right? Mm-hmm. It's something that I've done for so long.
I do that all the time. It's still hard for me to not want to do that.
And we do, and we compare, but like then we're comparing like these negative characteristics and traits, like for example, Leo's being impulsive and Aries being very stubborn, and like those are not characteristics and traits that God wants us.
Exactly. Like none of them, if you really think about it, none of it is positive.
Nothing.
You know what? Now for fun.
I mean, there are some positive traits, like being a natural born leader. I know like fire signs are leaders, but who should be leading?
Exactly.
And who should we really be following?
That makes you forget. That makes you forget what the Bible says.
God, right?
The hierarchy of how it should be. Okay, so I'm looking at a few of the characteristics for Leos, because I'm a Leo. Loyal. Okay, yes. That I do agree with. I'm a very loyal person. Confident, sometimes. Charismatic, yes. Generous, I'm very generous.
You are.
Very ambitious, creative, arrogant. I don't think I'm arrogant. Domineering.
Does it say stubborn in there? Because you can be very stubborn.
No. Last time I think I had mentioned that stingy was one that came up once that I was like, I am not stingy.
You're not any of these. Egotistical. I don't see you. Snobbish.
I'm not a snob.
No.
Some people, listen, I am not everyone's cup of tea. There are some people que no me
I'm very
tragan.
surprised that you're not like that.
Because
Like
I
that you're
think
not
I think I
liked.
could be very like bubbly and sometimes like just talk too much. And some people just may not like that.
But then I also feel there's some days that you don't want to talk to anybody and you're very closed off, or you can tell that you're bothered by that person.
Yeah.
You are, because
I agree.
that first day that I went up to you, the look on your face was like.
That's me not being a people person and then you don't
Yeah.
believe me.
But then
not a
I
people-
didn't even. I just kept on. I was like,
Sí, tú muy suerte sin vacunan.
but I come across as a.
You're too nice.
Yeah, you are. You too. And I really do. I do feel like I am nice. Like
No, bro, you're like my sister. Like Haley. Like you guys
She's so
son un
sweet.
pan.
I love her.
You guys, ustedes son, and you're both Aries. She's an Aries. She was born April 1st.
Yeah.
See, there we are comparing and saying, you know, what zodiacs we are.
I know, but she's always like, hi. She's
And
so
you're like
sweet.
that.
And even when people hit on me or they try to start a conversation with me and I don't want to, it's very hard for me to cut them off.
Did you guys hear that? She said that when someone hits on her. Okay. I just want to clock
Like
that.
the gardener.
Oh my, I used the hip lingo clock. Anyway.
Okay. So what were you getting at?
I don't even know anymore. The reality is that God doesn't want us to idolize anything. And honestly, people do idolize those kinds of things, finding out your future, looking into the horoscopes.
No, I just thought about this. So the funny thing is that now that you talk about idolizing and horoscopes, when I was separated, okay, I was so desperate. I went on YouTube. And I remember my sister and a friend telling me, man, this lady is on point when it comes to like astrology. So I started following her, and then you'd actually hash up her. And if you told her your name and your date of birth, she would answer whatever questions you had.
Like a tarot reader.
Yeah, a tarot reader. And dude, being a Christian,
Yeah.
okay, I paid her $20 for 3 questions.
Wow.
And I remember her telling me that, yes, our marriage was going to be restored, but it wasn't going to be very easy.
Well, she was right.
She was right. But instead of focusing on God, I was still bringing in these other things that I shouldn't have into my life, like really idolizing those things instead of really focusing on God. So, do you want to start talking about what we're going to talk about?
I'm really glad how this has turned out, by the way.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I was talking about me earlier, that no matter how many times I messed up and did all these crazy things, God was still there pursuing me. And he will never back off. When does he actually back off? Like, when does God give up on a person?
Yeah. I don't feel like he gives up. I feel like he just stops where he's at and he just lets you keep going, but his arms are still wide open. When you decide to pursue him, he's still in the same exact spot. You may have left him, you may have walked away, but he's going to just wait for you wherever you left him.
Yeah. Do you remember in the Bible when it said in the beginning that, and I'm thinking about this because I had that conversation with that guy that I told you that he's in the army and TikTok. Well, no, that's part of the conversation that we had, that he pointed out that God hardened the heart of Pharaoh. So he can make people more stubborn. He can harden people's hearts, like saying, no, no, no. And then I was thinking también now, is that part of his pursuit for us, where he could purposely make a person close off to see if their free will is still gonna choose God? And I feel like maybe that's things that people ask themselves también. Like, I don't know, I was just thinking about that now. I'm like, because why would he do that? Why would he harden someone's heart? I don't know. Anyway.
When you sent me that message about like what you wanted this podcast to be about, what the topic was going to be about, the pursuit would be like chasing after God's heart. One of the scriptures that stood out to me was Matthew 6:33. Let's read it. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. We have to put God above everything else in our life. And it's about prioritizing Him, His will, His ways, His presence before our wants and our worries. We often pursue the blessings rather than pursuing the blesser. And I compare this to my life throughout this season of separation, this divorce and everything. I mean, this is the second time that I'm going through it, as you know.
Yeah.
I went through this in 2022. And just a few days ago, I was reading all of my old journal entries. I realized that everything that I was asking God for was like, God, please restore my marriage. I was more focused on the things that God could do for me and my marriage rather than focusing on knowing who God is and His heart, building that intimacy with God, pursuing a relationship with Him.
Yeah. I mean, that's how most people are, though. Yeah. People only remember God when they're going through something.
Yeah. 100%. And that's the problem. We're so focused on what God can do for us. How can he, I don't know, help
Promote us at work.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I need this promotion because I need more money.
or my kids' health, you know,
Yeah.
like, please, the anxiety that my kids are dealing with, please, how am I going to pay my rent? And I realized this looking at these journal entries. I was so focused on God blessing me. What can you do for me? Rather than knowing who really, like, God really was. And
Yeah, focusing on the relationship. Now you're reading more, too.
yeah, no,
Like, you hadn't really done that as much, I guess, before.
no. And the real treasure is eternity that we have in Him.
Now that you say eternity, if something were to happen to me now, I feel I won't be afraid because I know.
Yeah,
I know what's waiting for me.
of course.
Obviously, I wouldn't want that because I would never want to leave my children behind. But the reality is that
funny,
I
I wrote
have a
about that.
completely different understanding of what's beyond. And it's crazy because who wants to die?
No.
No one wants to die. But you know that what is waiting for you is so beautiful and so amazing that it makes this life seem like, ugh,
Yeah.
I don't want to have anxiety every day. I don't
Yeah.
want to go to work every day.
Exactly.
Am I going to have a job in heaven, God?
We might.
I hope
but
it's
we're
not a
gonna
9
be
to 5.
happy.
We're going to be a
So we're gonna be
super
with the good Lord.
happy, obnoxious
Yeah.
9 to 5, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's funny because I put in the notes that the pursuit for eternity with God, when you live with heaven in mind and not just today, it brings a different sense of peace. And you don't worry about that. That hope for eternity, it strengthens us daily.
100%.
And I don't know, the shift in focus in this time of separation, I found that pursuing God is really about seeking His presence rather than just looking for solutions.
Okay, so my first thought was, what does His presence feel like? And we know because we cry just by ourselves while we're worshiping. So I feel like we know. But how would you describe it to someone who is not maybe Christian yet?
A sense of like chills on my body. I truly feel like that sorrow is lifted off my shoulder. I just feel a sense of relief.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain it, but in my room, I have this picture of Jesus, like kind of hugging a woman. It's a painting that I bought on the TikTok shop.
I love the TikTok shop. Oh, yeah, they sell a lot of good stuff there.
They do. But that's exactly how because I know that God's got me.
Yeah.
It's like you're finally able to breathe. I feel like that's the Holy Spirit.
You reminded me to breathe, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I took like I inhaled so deep. Well, have you ever laughed? Or laughed where it's turned into like you're crying and you can't control it. Like you quite literally do not know if you're laughing or crying. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Okay, that happened to me maybe like early 20s a few times. And I was just like, I think I'm a little crazy.
Oh, I think we all do.
Yeah. But the day that I saw that Jesus truck that said Jesus is Lord,
Yes.
I had that same reaction.
Yeah.
I had that same reaction. And for context for listeners, my cousin was having her first baby. I was on the way to the hospital. She was going to give birth. She had a very rough birth, by the way. But the night before I had prayed and I had said, God, please, I hope that everything goes well, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. Sorry, Diosito. I hope everything goes well. And then I literally feel like that was my answer. I missed my exit twice.
Yeah.
Going to the hospital with the GPS on. Like, how does that happen? How does that happen? Okay. I missed the exit twice. And when I get on the exit and it was starting to rain a little bit, I see that truck clear as day. It was all black, like the trailer was all black. And in the back it said, Jesus is Lord, in white letters, right in front of me. I was merging into the highway and it was right in front of me. And at that moment, like, I was in shock. I feel like I was in shock. And I started laughing. And immediately I started crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, you are so funny. You are so funny. The sense of humor is just kind of like, you want a sign?
Yeah.
You want to know I was listening? There you go. And I couldn't stop the feeling.
Yeah.
And when I called you right after, and I was like, oh, Jesus is here. Like, whatever.
And he does that. God does that all the time. He's done that to me so many times. I was at the gym once and I remember I grabbed a mat and there literally was a mark of a cross.
Yeah.
It was a cross on the actual mat. And this is happening through the most difficult time of my life. And he is just like sending me little signs of like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, reminding us that he's there. He's there and he's with us. He will never leave us. And God, that's how God works. And he's been doing it for so long. But the problem is we've never noticed those little signs.
Now I'm looking constantly. Now it's like he's probably looking down like, Saray Kamade. I don't have a sign. I don't have a sign for every day.
I know. And that's why I was so emotional, because of my family collage on my wall. I feel like God has always had those scriptures there for so long.
Yeah. And it's because you let go of the things of the world. In that moment, you stopped looking at the world for answers for yourself. And he was like, okay, turn your head.
Yeah.
Turn your head and look.
So I wanted to share some ways to pursue God, especially for the listeners.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
Spending more time in his word. It's so important to really dig into the word and read all the stories in the Bible. Like, I'm so proud of you, especially for being a baby Christian.
Yeah, baby Christian for sure.
No, but like
baby Christian, que yo ni sabía que the Old Testament had 39 books, and I'm here thinking that Deuteronomy era el último. That's how baby Christian I am. Okay, stop. I had to say that.
And just like how Leilani's dad told me, you gotta read the Bible to know everything, what the word of God says, not just what preachers are telling you, you know? So other ways to pursue God would be to pray to understand, not pray to request.
Yeah. Guide me, show me, reveal yourself to me. Like,
exactly.
Especially this generation.
Yeah. And we're always asking of him. Like, living in surrender and trusting him, that's a way that we can pursue him. It's just surrendering completely to him. It's so hard.
That's me now.
Yeah.
Especially in my marriage. If I'm being 100% honest, and I really doubt that Ernesto has listened to any of these episodes.
I don't think he has.
I sent him the link, so I thought that maybe he started one day, but I doubt he's listened
Ernesto,
to
if you're listening, I thank you for helping me with my car. You're so sweet. But I know he's not.
Yeah, he's probably not. I completely lost my train of thought.
That you're living in surrender now with your marriage.
Oh, okay. So going back, I really didn't care, and I was being so cold. And that made me think, was God hardening my heart? I don't know. Was it a test? I guess. Was that a test on me? Was I going to really make that decision? I don't know. I still can't like fathom how now I was genuinely happy to see him. I like gave him a kiss, and he even feels it because he gave me like tremendo kiss that I was like, I mean, we're like making out in front of Ella. No, but it was soft. And we just kind of stayed there for a few seconds, and that never happened before. So how was it that changed? I really am having trouble thinking about that. Well, I know it was God. Okay. I know it was him.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. Anyway. Okay. But anyway, like the most random conversation.
I know, for real. So are we, what else? What do we got? What do we have? How much time?
Editing this is gonna be a B.
Pain in the butt. Pain in the butt.
It's okay.
Oh my God. If you read one of my journal entries.
Leave that for another day. Or if you want to.
Really quickly. Hold on. Listen to this real quick. I feel so rejected and hopeless at this point in my separation.
Yeah.
I am trying to work on myself.
Oh my God.
Well, misses him.
That is, okay, again, the cat just like launched up whatever that's called.
That's what cats do, said I. Cats are not dogs.
Oh, thank God I don't have to go to the bathroom because I would have sharded myself right now.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to cut this out because it's the truth. Qué susto.
Oh, this is so horrible. Okay. Once again, Mike didn't show up because he overslept. I know this happens to all of us, but now I'm left alone to figure things out. I was sad. I was disappointed because at this point, I feel like he does not care. I'm hurt by his actions. Oh my God, this is like so depressing.
If I would give that a title, I would say that's un contavena.
Thank you. Thank God I didn't do that. Oh my gosh. These are so horrible. I'm sad. God give me strength. I know my worth. I'm scared.
That's a whole other Brandy. I'm glad you and I were not friends, and that because the tough
Oh my
love that
God,
I would have given you.
You don't even know.
Oh,
You don't even know. The people at Love Unlimited Church, they
were sick of
saw
you.
me.
They were sick of you. I know they were sick of you.
No, I wasn't. They were.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
They saw how hurt I was.
They're a whole other Brandy.
But now I'm focused on the right things. Like I'm focused on knowing God more, reading the Bible, really learning the Word of God, not just the scriptures to apply to what I'm going through in life at that moment.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we have a manual to life. We have a manual.
My dad wrote that in my Bible.
Ah, mira, oye, que yo estoy conectada con tu
Where's
papá.
my Bible? Hold on. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. It's here.
I'm still recording.
Let me read you what my dad wrote to me. How beautiful is this?
This shows you that I'm not a baby Christian.
Yeah.
This Bible. Look at this Bible. 2006.
Yeah. Wow. I was still in
What?
high school.
Oh my God, you made me feel so old.
I was a sophomore.
December 25, 2006 is when he gave me this Bible.
All right. So Brandy's opening her Bible and she's going to read what her dad wrote in her Bible. Go ahead.
Dear Brandy, this is not just a book. It is a manual on how to live. And you just said that.
I just said that.
You just said that.
That's insane.
It has no expiration because it continues to give life every day. The pages are opened. It is the foundation of youth. I hope you spend time and seek its secrets it has within it.
Wow.
If you do, you will find that you are Brandy Townsend, a child of God. And yes, my child, a mother, a wife. This was before I became a mother and a wife.
Wow.
A mother, a wife, and child. You will find how to love your husband, how to love yourself, how to interact with others, and how to find happiness, health, and yes, wealth. It is also universal, so it will work for a potential husband to teach him who he is, how he should act, and how to treat a woman as well as others. Everyone seeks happiness in a world of confusion and distractions. Wow. Trying to get to the top to get the most money and personal things. But in the end, when all is over, most will say these things were not important. And life passed them by getting to the top. So don't be one of them. Learn who you are. Live, love, and be happy. I love you. P.S. Don't we wish fathers had taken this place and set the example? But it's still not too late. Sometimes it takes a woman of knowledge to kick a man in his butt to get him to take the place and lead. Love ya.
That is just
Sometimes it takes a woman of knowledge to kick a man in his butt and get him to the place it takes to lead. My father wrote this.
He's kind of speaking to me in a way in that line.
Isn't it beautiful? He wrote that to me, and like I've read it so many times, but I don't know why right now. Like just But
That is amazing.
message,
And I
right?
can't believe that I said the same thing that he started with.
I know. That's why I was like, stop right there. I have to read this because I remember him saying that this was a manual. And I have a lot of Bibles. Too,
Yeah,
in
you do.
this
You gave
house.
me
I
my
do. I
first
gave
Bible.
you your one, but this is the one that I cherish the most. I really do.
I mean, I don't blame you. I love what he wrote, man. And that just, wow, that stuck in my head. A woman of knowledge.
What?
A
To
woman
kick. And you know why he wrote that? If it wasn't for my stepmother is the reason why my dad is in church. My stepmother is the reason why their marriage has lasted over 30 years. In law enforcement, being a police officer, and you see the ugly. You see a lot of evil in the world. And if it wasn't for her faith and it wasn't for the power of the praying wives, like he would be lost. And so that's why he wrote that.
It's funny because now after finishing Numbers, and I feel like I'm dwelling so much on numbers, but it was such a challenge. Knowing that, what your dad wrote now, I just keep thinking, I finally passed this stage in the Bible. Now I know if I finish that, I can get through the rest, right?
I have to read Numbers.
But, oh, it's going to be hard. But anyway, the worst stage in my marriage with myself, me fighting whatever I was going through, I'm over that. I'm over that, and now I'm ready to really accept that I need to do work on me too.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad. I'm so glad because it's just made so many things easier
Yeah.
and less heavy.
But I'll tell you one thing. I mean, if he's willing to put up the fight and he's willing to choose to love you every day, be patient with him.
He has gone through a lot in his life.
Yeah.
His own mom. Like, I really think about it, like, his mom doesn't see Ella.
Yeah.
He knows that. Just like my dad's mom never calls me. She's never been around. My dad suffers that. So, like, I think now my own husband is going through that.
Yeah. Of course.
Plus everything else that he's gone through, I need to have some grace and not be so hard.
Yeah. 100%. That's the thing. Love is a choice. You're choosing to love. It's not a feeling. It's a choice that you're making, just the same way that God chooses to love us.
Yeah.
Even when we turn our back on him and we do wrong and we betray him, the same way that Jesus chose to love
Judas, when he betrayed him.
When he betrayed him, and he still loved him, and he still asked God to forgive us all. They do not know what
They're doing.
Yeah. So it's the same way. You have to choose to love your husband. And if he chooses to love you and stick around and not walk away, then fight for that.
Yeah. I realized the other day that I also haven't been praying as I should be.
Yeah.
It really sucks to say that because I'm his wife. I should be praying for him more than I pray for anything.
Correct.
I pray for so many other things.
Yeah.
And he's always been the last one that I pray for.
He should be the first.
Exactly.
Because it's God, then it's your husband, then it's your children. That's why it's very important to do that, especially if he's willing to stick around, because I wish that my husband would have been willing to stick around. I wish that he wouldn't have walked away. I was okay with everything. Even if he told me tomorrow he couldn't walk anymore, I was going to stick to him. But I just wish he wouldn't have given up so easily in our marriage. So don't give up. Don't give up. Try not to. I just say love is always it's a choice. And that's the problem, that like people think it's a feeling and it's not.
If people had their manual and they read their manual, they would know. But people don't.
They don't. That's the thing. I just pray that, now I pray for his salvation. I just pray that
You're still better than me because you pray more for him still than I've prayed for my own husband. But I know that I have to do better in that too.
I don't know. But anyway, what else? What do we got?
I am just so happy.
Me too.
I'm so happy that everything has been okay because
this has been great.
Yeah,
It's fun. Anyway, should we wrap up?
I think we should.
Yeah, I think we're done for today. We always have so much to talk about.
We really do.
I could quite literally bring up another conversation that I
We
wanted to
probably
bring up. But
could.
it's
Cheers.
amazing.
Cheers.
To our friendship, to our podcast.
Yes. Because I'm just a guest.
I mean,
We could do this like a once in a month thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know? I am the guest on your podcast. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's great.
never thought I'd be doing this, honestly. But you know what? God planted the seed in my brain, or so I think he did, but I'm very grateful that he did, because I know that someone is going to be like, esta locura resonates with me.
Yeah.